Imagine receiving 80 calls a week from furious customers demanding refunds for items you never shipped for 3 long years. A rogue company operated out of a warehouse with zero contact info, leaving a former supervisor to take the heat. Today, we are uncovering the ultimate long-term petty revenge that turned an uncooperative landlord's phone into a non-stop customer service nightmare. Welcome back to Legal Verdict Daily, your top source for real-life legal breakdowns, workplace drama, and righteous petty revenge. Today, we are exploring a viral story from r/petty revenge about a commercial lease mix-up that escalated into a 3-year psychological war. Before we dive into the evidence, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell. Let's examine the facts. Our original poster worked as a warehouse supervisor for an established commercial HVAC company years ago. They leased space in a commercial park to store large equipment and fill specialized orders. As business expanded, they outgrew the facility, closed the lease, and relocated to a larger plant 5 miles away shortly after moving. The landlord leased the old property to a mysterious secondary logistics company. From an operational standpoint, moving commercial locations requires updating addresses across state registries, shipping carriers, and search engines. However, third-party logistics firms frequently attempt to inherit established addresses to piggyback off existing domain authority and bypass registration delays, creating massive cross-contamination risks for former tenants. 1 year after the move, the supervisor received a call from an irate woman claiming she was sent earbuds she never ordered and demanded a return label. Confused, the supervisor explained that an HVAC supplier does not sell consumer electronics. The caller insisted the box displayed their original warehouse address. Soon after, another call arrived regarding unordered jewelry, revealing a pattern. The new tenant was running an unlisted e-commerce operation without putting contact details on shipping labels. Isn't that just a brilliant business model? Ship thousands of mystery packages across the country, omit your phone number and company name entirely, and let the previous tenant deal with hundreds of angry customers calling at all hours of the day. It is pure customer service genius. The supervisor reached out to the old landlord, explaining the ongoing disruption and asking for the new tenant's direct phone number, so misdirected calls could be transferred. To his shock, the landlord casually replied that the new company refused to operate phone lines when pressed for a fix. The landlord arrogantly told the supervisor, "Just ask Google to erase your historical business address telling a legitimate business to spend weeks battling Google indexing algorithms just because your new tenant is running a ghost operation is completely absurd. The sheer arrogance of a landlord dismissing an active nuisance that they enabled is staggering. Realizing the landlord had no intention of resolving the issue, the supervisor devised a simple, devastating response. For the next 3 years, every time a confused customer called about a missing order or unwanted package, the supervisor politely explained the situation and handed over the landlord's personal mobile phone number, instructing them to call her directly for resolutions. This turned the landlord into an involuntary 24/7 call center for 3 full years, averaging 1 to 2 heavy calls every single week. The landlord was forced to field endless complaints regarding e-commerce brushing schemes, misdelivered packages, and lost refunds. The Reddit community thoroughly celebrated this masterclass in patient revenge. User ProfaneHO highlighted a crucial detail. A business hiding all telephone numbers is a classic sign of an e-commerce brushing scheme, where sellers ship cheap items to random addresses to generate fake, verified reviews. The landlord chose to collect rent from a sketchy operation, so taking their support calls was poetic justice. Other commenters noted how satisfying it was that the supervisor remained completely professional with every caller. By calmly giving out the landlord's personal contact info, he resolved the customer's query while directing accountability exactly where it belonged. From a legal perspective, this scenario touches on critical commercial leasing and trade FTC regulations. First, under FTC rules regarding unsolicited merchandise, consumers who receive items they never ordered are legally entitled to keep them as free gifts without obligation to return them. Second, regarding landlord liability, commercial landlords who knowingly allow tenants to commit deceptive trade practices or create public nuisances on leased premises can face secondary liability claims and state attorney general investigations if fraudulent activities are confirmed. Our official legal verdict on this case is 100% justified petty revenge. The landlord refused to fulfill basic management obligations and passed the administrative burden onto a former tenant. Redirecting those inquiries directly to the responsible party was fair and legally sound. Here are 3 key takeaways. First, if you receive unordered packages, check FTC guidelines before spending money on returns. Second, commercial leases should always include strict nuisance and address use clauses. And third, never tell someone to fix a problem you created unless you want your own phone ringing off the hook. That wraps up today's breakdown on Legal Verdict Daily. How would you have handled an uncooperative landlord in this situation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We will see you in the next episode.